Welcome today to my 2023 Silverstone predictions. Now, instead of predicting from P20 to P1, because realistically no one cares about P20 to P11, just because I don't get points. If your favourite driver's there, great, but it's pointless to predict. But I'm going to start with my first prediction. Pretty simple. De Vries and Sargent to get no points. If they do get points somehow, I'm also going to predict there's been about 10 DNFs, so it's not going to happen. Another one which I'm going to safely bank on, a Verstappen win. That's just pretty obvious. He's going to be dominant like Vettel 2013. It's happening. Get prepared for that. Because everyone's going to be bored soon, apart from Verstappen fans, obviously. Now, another bold prediction, this one. You ready? Checo's going to get into Q3. I know. That is bold. What's it been now? 4 races without reaching Q3, which is absolutely shambolical for Red Bull this season. That is awful, and I think many other drivers could do better than that. It is terrible, but I think he is going to get Q3. I know, bold. Next, I'm going to predict Piastri to get his best result of the season, or at least joint best, because McLaren have those new upgrades in, so they looked good in Austria. Lando was very quick, P4 after that whole 8 extra drivers getting a penalty. So I'm going to be going Piastri to get his best result, even though he had a bit of a stinker in Austria, but we don't need to worry about that. Now I'm going to be going back to another prediction involving Verstappen, because I also think he's going to get pole, because who else is going to get pole? Probably Perez, after me saying how bad he's been and saying how good Verstappen's been, but it's just going to happen, innit? And the British fans are going to despise it. It's going to happen though. He'll put in a quality lap and win it. Simple. Next, I'm going to go Leclerc to get a podium. He's good around this track. He's very good. Last year, completely robbed because Ferrari had no idea what they were doing. Didn't pit him. Still don't understand why they didn't pit him. Awful strategy. Should have won. And the year before, he was so close to winning, but Hamilton got him on the second to last lap by pushing him off. So, yeah, is what it is at the end of the day. But he's going to get a podium here again because he is good around this track. And the Ferrari is slowly getting better. Was pretty good in Austria. So, I can see it happening. So, the next one, I think it's safe to assume it's going to happen. I mean, if it doesn't happen, then I will give away £20 million because it's just not going to happen. There's not going to be as many time penalties as there was in Austria. There was so many. I'm pretty sure at least half the grid got penalised in the end. That is insane. No way that's happening again in Silverstone. No way. So pretty much give myself an easy prediction to get right there. So that's a pat on the back for me. The next one. 2 DNFs. Now, I just feel like even though there was a mechanical failure in Austria, I just feel like there's more due at some point. Or there'll be a crash. There hasn't been there wasn't a crash in Austria, so there could be one. There was one last year. I don't see it being quite that big again. And there was one the year before, actually, a big one. So, could there be a big crash this year? Probably not, but I feel like there'll be a mechanical failure. There hasn't been a mechanical failure in a race yet for Red Bull, so could happen, maybe. Probably not, Verstappen's going to win. But I think that'll be 2 DNFs. And this one, I think that a crowd would hate, and well, a lot of British people would hate because he's loved there, but Hamilton not to get a podium. He always has some sort of thing there where he can get a podium, even in the Mercedes last year, which was not amazing. It wasn't bad as they made out to be. You'd think he was driving around in a Williams with the way they went on about it sometimes, but I think he's not going to get a podium there this year. Top 5 definitely, but no podium. Even though, the car is just, I was going to say even though it's got better, but has it? In Austria it wasn't great, so I don't think it's going to be a podium. He's still going to get the love there though. And the last prediction, I'm going to go Haas to lose at least 6 places, combined between Magnussen and Hulkenberg in the race, because, well, it's just a terrible race car. Good at qualifying. Hulkenberg will probably get into Q3, but finish about P13. Magnussen will finish probably P15, P16. The car just always seems to lose places in the race, and I think it's going to happen again. I think it's going to be awful around Silverstone. It could actually be worse than what I predict. And I don't think it's going to do well. It's just a bad race car. I don't know how it's so bad in the race compared to qualifying. They say it just eats the tyres up, but terrible. They need to work on that. Anyway, that is the end of this predictions video. Let me know your predictions below, or just have a go at mine because they're very wrong. I think that's probably what it's going to be if there are any comments. But yeah, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in another video. Bye.